Just a little over a month away now from the election. Our next guest making an interesting pitch for mobile voting in the elections to come. Joining us right now is Tusk Ventures CEO Bradley Tusk. His new book, Vote with Your Phone, Why Mobile Voting is Our Final Shot at Saving Democracy. It is out now.
It is.
It's a provocative idea. A lot of people have been talking for a very long time about how this could one day be the way we do this. Of course, this and has also been one of the great worries about whether people would believe in the democracy and whether they'd believe in the vote. So what say you?
So I would say this. I think we would all agree that politicians basically make decisions based on the next election, right? It's fair to say. And we would agree that because of gerrymandering, basically primaries are the election that really matters. And just as a fact, primary turnout's about 10 to 15%. So who is that? It's the far left, it's the far right, or it's big special interests, whether it's the NRA or teachers unions or whoever. And they dictate not only who wins our elections, but then ultimately what those people do once they're in office, because all they want to do is make sure they win the next primary, which means keep the base happy and keep the special interests happy. And so we're always going to be in a world where either we have the total dysfunction and chaos of D.C. or totally one-sided government, whether it's state of Texas on the right or city of San Francisco on the left. And the only solution is you got to change the underlying incentives and inputs and significantly increase turnout to move politicians to the middle.
Okay, so but the question is with Russia and Iran and China apparently all very interested in the outcome of our election and willing to do things that are completely and utterly untoward. How much would you worry that we would all be voting here, and so the great news is everybody's voting, but then all of a sudden, even if the Iranians or the Chinese or the Russians don't really get in, but the speculation gets out there that they have, that people don't believe in the vote, which is what we have even right now.
I was about to say, first of all, I'm not sure that we can be much worse than the status quo. But even putting that aside, a few things. One is, so we've been building technology according to the recommendation of the U.S. Vote Foundation that is end-to-end encrypted, end-to-end verifiable, multi-factor authentication, biometric screening, open source, it's air-gapped, and this is all philanthropic. I've paid for this all myself out of my foundation. We're going to make it free and open source to anyone who wants to use it. So number one, I would argue it's far more secure than the existing voting technologies where mail trucks get lost and polling places get shut down and things like that. But beyond that, my argument is let's start small. School board elections, city council elections. I'm pretty sure Vladimir Putin is not that interested in the Queensboro president election.
Only because I've got like 15 mobile devices.
Yeah, so here's how it works. So you would, let's just use New York City because we're sitting here. You download the app from the New York City Board of Elections. And the first thing they would say, okay, is Becky a registered voter in New York City? You determine that. Then is Becky really Becky? So there's multi-factor authentication like you would get from Google or Amazon or anyone else.
Which I have to show my driver's license or what?
Well, first thing is you just have to be able to show that you're even from your device, which is why, just in the way that any website will text you a number, then it could be driver's license, it could be biometric screening, fingerprints, iris, a lot like Clear at the airport. To determine you're Becky.
So more than if I even showed up at a polling.
Yeah.
And this goes back to then the whole idea that people don't want to ID anybody.
Well, you're going to have to make some choices between having an app that people have confidence in to get more turnout and rules around that. I absolutely agree. I certainly prefer that we use biometric screening because then we know that you're you. The ballot pops up on screen. You make all your choices. Because it's digital, we don't have to worry about hanging chads or stray pencil
I'm cool with
marks.
that, but I don't want you to have my biometrics.
Well, you don't have to vote this way.
So
look,
go into
you don't use Clear at the airport or TSA or any of that stuff.
I'd rather go.
You just wait in the really long line.
No, I fly often enough that I only fly United, and I'm 1K there. So.
Okay, fine. So look, there's a lot of people. Like for example, I dropped my daughter off at college about a month ago. She's never going to do absentee ballots. She's never going to go somewhere. She has checked her, assuming she were awake right now, which I'm sure she's not, but if she were, she will have already checked her phone 5 times.
But would you worry about biometrics getting hacked at some point?
No, because you're using biometrics to get into your phone all day, every day. It's the same thing. You might not be, but the vast majority of people are. And to the point, let's meet people where they are. If younger people or people deployed military or people with disabilities for whom voting is difficult want to be able to vote on their phone, let's let them do it. For you, there's going
to be an argument that some people don't have a phone.
So 97%, according to Pew, 97% of American adults under the age of 50 have a phone. 76% over the age of 65. Well, keep all the forms we have. No one's arguing to get rid of it. But if you said, look, we're going to have mail-in, I would argue every state should have mail-in and in-person voting and mobile voting, and let's get as many people voting as possible.
For more than you have at polling stations.
For sure.
Let me ask you this.
More.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
There's two other issues that relate to this. One is whether the government or somebody will be able to track your vote. So one of the things that happens now is it's very, very difficult. You go into the voting booth, and that's supposed to be between you and your vote, and that's it. And because it's on paper and you walk out, it's very hard for people to realize what's going on.
Right. So this is exactly like
this is something that scares people.
Right. So the way we've built it, it's exactly like a mail-in ballot, which is once it hits the election office, it's encrypted. They don't decrypt it till they take it offline and air gap it, so it's not even accessible to the internet. Then they print out a paper copy. The copy they print out when they decrypt it has no identifying markers at all. It just gets mixed in with all the other ballots. So it's just like if you mailed in a ballot, it would have your return address on it, but they have no way to know.
This goes back to the IDing issue, which is obviously there's a huge debate in this country about IDing people and whether that actually prevents people from actually voting.
Well,
your argument is that because more people have phones,
it
overcomes that issue.
It's a false argument, because the argument right now would be, hey, let's either have no security requirements because we want a lot of people to vote, or really strict security requirements to make it hard to vote. Let's make it really easy to vote, and let's make sure that you're you. That's what we should be doing.
Okay, can I try out an idea on you?
Please.
That I've been playing with for probably 15 years.
Okay.
It's a little bit like yours, but a little bit different.
Yep.
I always thought we should use the ATM network as a potential voting booth. They exist. There's a massive infrastructure across the country. We run trillions of dollars over it virtually every single day.
Yep.
There are cameras on virtually every ATM machine.
Yep.
So you could actually have some kind of security if you thought people were double voting and doing other weird things. And lastly, what you could do, which I think would be very interesting, is actually offer every single person a paper receipt. Because the paper receipt could have a number on it, which then you could go check your own vote on the system afterwards. If you thought that the Russians were hacking the system, you could go see that your vote actually
So I
was
should
taken.
mention the system that we're building has a tracking number that every single voter gets when you submit it, so you're already ahead of your time. Look, I think that would be better than what we have right now, but I still worry, and I'm not worried about the presidential election, which probably doesn't ever need mobile voting, to be honest. They have plenty of turnout. Yeah, because that's 60-something%
So
turnout.
you don't think this really should be used for even the president? That's where everyone's head goes.
No, I'm worried. You know what city council primary turnout was here last year? Take a guess.
Next to nothing.
7.2%. Any of you could have won a city council seat with 7,000 votes in a primary. That's why our government is so screwed up, because people are so indebted to the extremes who bother to show up in that stuff.